Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's your boy Luca Tiki, and we are in the air over Intel, Ohio 1, where Intel is spending $28 billion to build two semiconductor fabrication facilities. It is a gorgeous morning this Saturday, going into Memorial Day weekend. Not a cloud in the sky. So let's go ahead and orbit the site to take a look at the progress since we were last in the air. And you can see the office building and the bathtub in the foreground. It has reached quite a bit of progress. The foundation walls are up and quite a bit of structural steel has been placed. Now we can really see the two floors of the first fab that have been completed, or at least significant progress against them. The lowest is the utility level, and above that is the clean subfab level. The top of the concrete tiles that you're seeing now will be the floor of the clean room. Just a tremendous number of cranes on site to support this construction. This is a huge, nearly 1,000 acre site in New Albany, and we are some 10 to 15 miles from downtown Columbus, which eagle-eyed viewers may be able to see in the background. Let's go ahead and take a quick pan across the entirety of the site, all of the supporting infrastructure and staged materials, and of course now the main action around the first fab. The office building in the foreground coming into view. And now finally the commodities and supporting infrastructure that will support the fabs. So we'll go ahead and take an orbit back to the right just to give you a scale and parallax effect of all of these tower cranes and crawler cranes that are on site. Just gorgeous light this morning. And now here's a closer view of that supporting infrastructure. And with all of the green and orange materials, the laydown yard where other construction materials are being staged. And finally, the AEP electrical yard. I'm going to come back across the site, zoomed in to give you more detail so you can really appreciate the complexity of constructing such a complex facility. Now we're really zoomed in. The drone is some half-mile away from these large cranes, so we have to use a powerful lens to get in to see the detail. It is a Saturday morning on a holiday weekend. There was no appreciable activity going on. And digitally zoomed in, forgive the graininess of the detail, but that is a Liebherr 12,500, meaning it can lift 2,500 metric tons. All of the blocks on the large crawler cranes seem to be tied down to some of these counterweights. I'm guessing it's to put the crane boom under tension should there be any high winds. Again, everything was pretty much mothballed for this Memorial Day weekend. Here's a nice close-up of the detail of the first two levels of the fab. And we're going to go ahead and just orbit the drone around so you can really appreciate the scale of this impressive, imposing facility. I really love the parallax effect of those tower cranes. Really helps you appreciate the immense scale. In keeping with the close-ups and detailed views, here's a closer look at the commodities infrastructure. This area will handle various gases and chemicals necessary for semiconductor manufacturing. And coming now into view are some contractor trailers. We'll go ahead and tilt the drone up to see an empty parking lot. And a closer look of the laydown yard. Here's a good look down into the bathtub for the office building. And I wanted to highlight this trestle. It appears to be electrical delivery coming from, we'll see here shortly, the substation. And now a really close-in look at the laydown yard. I'll direct your attention to those 4 long rectangles at the top of the screen. Those are the air separation units. Those will be erected and stood upright, and making them the tallest feature of the campus. Various pump houses and structures. A lot of very intricate concrete work in the foreground. Not exactly sure what this area will be responsible for. This large building's superstructure has risen quickly. There's those closer look at those, I think, electrical lines. If anyone knows for sure, please do let me know, but I imagine that's electrical or power distribution. There's the substation. AEP has spent $95 million. Seems to be making some good progress. We're just going to take a macro pan here, pan back to the left. Sorry for the slightly sped up footage. It is a big site after all, but we want to keep these videos fairly short. Again, dear viewer, if you like what you're seeing, I would appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Your support certainly means very much to the channel. In the foreground are a number of concrete pillars. These are what support the various square slabs that you see in the foundry. Other miscellaneous, and then some of the world's largest crawler cranes, the Liebherrs. In the foreground now is a white Quonset hut. It was erected nearly a year ago. Some of my early videos were with the concrete pad, and about the second or third video that Quonset hut had been erected. So we're going to just fly back across the site sedately. In the foreground is the first fab. Behind that is the basement for Fab 2, but it is just at surface level and effectively paused for right now. Intel owns all the way into the background there. You can see stockpiled dirt and support facilities there, those big white buildings in the background where they fabricate the concrete slabs. Here's a lower altitude flight. Again, you cannot see anything really from the surface streets. There is a 20-foot tall berm with the trees you can see. So the only way to really see this is to put a drone in the air or hire a private aircraft to give you a tour of the site. I'm going to go ahead and gain some altitude here. Pull the background into view a bit more. Tilt the drone down. And that's been another Lukatiki flight over Intel Ohio 1. And we'll finish with a shot of the Columbus skyline. We'll go ahead and punch in on that. Minimal haze this morning, so you can make out quite a bit of detail. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.